and was never to be released to the public. So unless you're a 5th degree or above, you weren't even introduced to these pressure points in the Orient. So black belts that are less than a 5th degree or non-black belts haven't been introduced to these. But I want you to understand, when you become a master, even a master in karate, to where you strike, kick, punch, and block, even when you block, you strike a pressure point as a master. Why? Because it deadens the arm. You don't have to worry about that arm anymore. That arm's not going to punch you after you blocked it again. So many martial artists don't know about it. But when you talk to martial arts masters, you get a real earful.
Todd, this is Jeff Grupp again. Now,
yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about, when you're talking about all this, these systems in the body and how it's so integrally related to the body. Tell us about the rivers of energy. Is it?
I'll be glad to. In fact,
is it chi or tell us about that?
Yes. You have two types of energy in your body. You have the outer energy, and you have the inner energy. The inner energy, the Chinese call it chi, C-H-I. The Japanese call the inner energy ki. When you study martial arts for a long time, you really are learning how to manipulate your own ki energy, your inner energy, when you apply these techniques. Now, I'm sure you've heard of a martial arts called Aikido. For your listeners, some may not know what that term means, but I'll bet you they know a master of it. How about Steven Seagal? He's the real deal. He's an 8th degree black belt in Aikido.
Let's hold right there. We're about to go to break. We'll be right back.
We are back, and we're talking with Dutch Hinkle and his terrific book, Secret Buttons of the Hand. And you can go to the website right now or right after the show, folks. And that is www.secretbuttonsofthehand.com. And you can buy the ebook right there and have it 10 seconds later, folks. Or you can go ahead and send off a check or money order and get it in the mail. But Dutch, you were talking about these rivers of energy, and you mentioned Steven Seagal knows some of this technique. Why don't you pick up there?
Well, Steven Seagal is a practitioner of Aikido. The founder of Aikido, Morihei Ueshiba, he was a master of a form of jiu-jitsu, a branch of jiu-jitsu called Akijitsu. When he introduced Aikido to the world, he was able to manipulate and project his inner energy, his ki energy, that could literally knock his students over without any physical contact. Now, the first time I heard about it or read about it, I said, no, wait a second here. That's just a little hard to believe. Well, I downloaded some ancient video clips that were on the web, the internet. And lo and behold, I saw it. He literally could knock people down because he was a master at ki energy manipulation.
So, Dutch, when I'm looking at your great website, I really appreciate it because it's so simple and straightforward, gets right down to it. You show pictures of the book. You tell us a little bit about button number 5, which you say is how to strike to immobilize the hand.
Pressure point number 5 is on the back of the hand. It's between what is called the hand metacarpals, or the hand bones. And the actual pressure point is between, if you turn your hand over, so you're looking at the back of the hand with the fingers outstretched, it's between your little finger and your ring finger. If you go from the top of the hand where the fingers are, down into the hand about 3/4 down. If you press, you still there?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. I thought I'd lost you. If you press in between those two hand bones and go in a circle with the tip of your thumb and press down hard, you'll find the pressure point. If you use a knuckle and strike that hand, and I've seen it done, and I've done it many times myself in karate matches. If you hit the hand at that point, people can't even make a fist. That hand's done for.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
How long?
And
how long
if you
would that?
wouldn't mind, I'd like to go one step further on these pressure points that will really underscore the power of them.
Okay.
My book only covers the pressure points of the hand. But as I said before, there's literally thousands of pressure points all over your body. 3 examples. If you work against just 3 pressure points on the same meridian in a certain sequence, you will produce the same result as a knockout punch. Your opponent will be unconscious. Isn't that something?
Yeah, that's amazing.
And there's a 99% chance of revival, which means with some manipulation, with some resuscitation and massage, they'll come back. But if you go to the next level, manipulate or attack 4 pressure points on the same meridian in a certain sequence, you will disrupt a major organ that's associated to that meridian. And you will result in unconsciousness leading to death if resuscitation is not applied immediately. And even doing that, there's only a 90% chance of reviving the victim using the energy resuscitation techniques. And what does that mean? 10% die.
Wow.
The last is 5 coordinated pressure points on the same meridian in a certain sequence is only one thing. It leads to death. And there's no amount or manner of resuscitation that you can do. That's how dangerous pressure points can be. Especially around the neck and the head and the chest.
Very interesting.
Very, very powerful. In fact, I knew of a Chinese martial art when I lived in the Orient in which they could just brush you in a crowd. That happens to us all the time, right? They could brush you in a crowd and you would die 3 days later in a golf course.
Dutch, sorry, before the break, we had a big discussion with somebody named Todd. I was telling me I called you Todd one time early in the show. Let me ask you something. What do you think? What's happening in the body here with these energy flows to make these incredible responses? With the
well, what you're doing is you're disrupting the flow of energy. It's like taking an axe and cutting an electrical power line. Normally, the body, when you just disrupt a meridian in a minor way, the body will clear it. It clear itself within 72 hours. Or you could do it immediately with some gentle massage and resuscitation techniques. But when you short-circuit the body at a high level, it's like taking a big bucket of water and throwing it in a transformer.
We're going to take a break. Be right back. We are speaking with Dutch Hinkle. The website is secretbuttonsofthehand.com, and the book is Secret Buttons of the Hand, 21 Attack-Stopping Pressure Points of the Hand. This is fascinating stuff, Dutch. How effective would a